And the best part, it's absolutely free.
Visit us at philscihub.com and be part of this learning journey.
Let's learn and succeed together here at Phil Sci-Hub Research University.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Filipino Science Hub. Thank you for your continued support to this online platform. To our new participants, thank you for checking us out today, and we would like to officially welcome you to the PhilSci Hub family. Before we start the webinar, I would like to share some house rules in order to facilitate a smooth session. For our Zoom participants, we would appreciate it if you could turn your audio and video cameras off during the webinar. If you have questions or comments, feel free to type them on our Zoom chat box or YouTube live comments, and we will try to accommodate as much questions as possible. After the talk, we will have a 30-minute Q&A where the Zoom participants will have the opportunity to ask their questions live. For those who would like to receive a certificate of participation, a Google form link will be posted on our Zoom chat box, YouTube live comments, and YouTube video description towards the end of the webinar. Again, welcome to all our Zoom participants and YouTube live viewers. For those who are new and may not be familiar with who we are and what we do, allow me to share our mission and vision in the next few minutes. Filipino Science Hub is an online platform founded by our CEO, Filipino scientist, Dr. Jeffrey Camacho back in 2012. Currently, we are a registered nonprofit organization based in Houston, Texas, United States. Our vision is to promote STEM education and the culture of research among students and teachers in the Philippines and abroad. Our current global leadership team is comprised of volunteer Filipino scientists, seasoned STEM educators, and business executives across the globe. Our vision is to see a technology and innovation-driven Philippines, and we believe that this can be achieved by creating a new generation of well-rounded Filipino STEM enthusiasts. The vision is being carried out via our two major programs, the PhilSci Hub Ed program and the PhilSci Hub Research University. Through PhilSci Hub Ed, we are able to empower and support our teachers by strengthening STEM fundamentals education. We believe that this is important because the more equipped our STEM educators are, the more they can inspire students to pursue a career in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The other major program that drives our vision forward is PhilSci Hub Research University. This is where we provide tools for fundamentals of research and bring practicing scientists closer to the educational sector. Our official website is www.philscihub.com. This is where you can access all our materials such as webinars, tutorials, modules, virtual lab, and features, all of which are free. We are also present in several social media platforms, so follow us wherever you are most active on to get updated with our web events. Again, thank you for being with us this morning. To officially start our webinar, I would like to turn the virtual floor over to our host today.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, are you there? Can you give me a thumbs up if you are here right now on our virtual session? All right, thank you so much for attending this webinar, even though it's a holiday today. Let me share my screen for our presentation deck today, our program deck today. All right. Can everyone see or view my screen right now? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can view my screen clearly? All right. Thank you so much. And so to begin our webinar today, we welcome our featured speaker right now, Sir Al Balitaon. on his talk on an exploration, the influence of reading ability on student achievement in physics. To start off, we will have the opening remarks, which is on the form of a video that you have seen a while ago. And after this, I will introduce to you the speaker, Sir Al A. Balitaon. After his talk, we will have again a series of questions where you can win 100 peso Gcash and an icebreaker for those who were not able to get the questions correct. And then after the icebreaker, we will have the open forum for the question and answer portion of you guys. If you want to ask questions to Sir Al, he is willing to answer your queries. And then finally, we will end this session with the closing remarks from our own Philsci Hub CEO, Sir Jeff. And we will end this session around 11:30. Okay, I am Renabeth B. Payad, and I will be your MC or host today. So to begin with, okay, I will just introduce our speaker. So Sir Al Balitaon, or we also call him Sir Al, is a BS Applied Physics graduate of UPLB. And he has his master's in science teaching in physics at De La Salle University, Manila. Thesis writing. Currently, he is an instructor in UPLB. However, previously, he was the physics teacher in De La Salle University and Integrated School. Without further ado, let me pass on the floor to Sir Al Balitaon. Sir Al?
Yes,
Good
good
morning.
morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ren. I
Thank
hope
you.
I'm audible to everyone and also visible. Well,
Yes,
I
you are.
think the most important the more important one is the audible part, right? No. Ayan. I hope everyone is here. I hope you can hear me. May have some reactions from the group chat through the group chat there. Thank you very much. Um, I I don't know if I'm browsing through the participants right now, so I'm checking if I have some friends or probably um acquaintances in here, but I think there's none. No, but maybe we are all in the education system. Um, there will be no there is a time probably there's a time that we can be acquainted to each other. Well, to start off this morning, thank you, Mom Brent, for a kind introduction. So, uh, previously, I worked with the De La Salle University Integrated School where I handled junior high school science classes. And apart from that, also some robotics program where we integrated it to the science curriculum. And also but most of my teaching experiences in De La Salle University would probably be on the physics part. Now, so of course, you know it in the Philippine settings, or if you're a science teacher, most of sometimes um, you would be assigned to uh, other major in sciences. Like if you're a physics major, you can be assigned in chemistry or any other um, domains in science. So, well, most of the time, thankfully, most of the time, I've handled physics classes during my time in Del Salle University Integrated School. But for now, I was able to transfer and be part of the Institute of Physics, where I am occupying the MST Physics position, where I am also the one handling the our math and science teaching program in the university, where I'm collaborating with all the other major in sciences, where we have the chemistry, mathematics also, and biology. So I was the one responsible for the physics majors in the university. So most of my field now is, the topics, or the specialization, sort of, where is focused in the education, and more specifically physics education. So that's why you may notice that it's part of uh, the topic that I have chosen to share with you is um, part of an essential part in the physics education. So let me start with, I hope I prepared something, a Kahoot game. I hope everyone, or some of you, may be able to join. Of course, in some of you, in some schools, we use Kahoot, and I'm sure you are very familiar with Kahoot. Okay, wait. Let me just share also my sound. Okay. So I'm sharing on the screen now the Kahoot game pin, and I hope we can have some participants from the audience.
Sir Al, I
Yes.
think yung sa inyong screen, can you try to make it maximize yung screen natin on
Okay.
on your browser po?
Let us see. Is it okay, Ma'am Ren?
Hindi pa or is it on my side? Siguro kailangan
I see. Share.
post.
Share. I think
Mhm.
I've shared this one there.
Yes, we can see
Yeah.
it clearly now. And
Okay.
then, Sir Al, we cannot hear anything on your end. Can you try to share also the video? So when you share the screen, click share sound too.
Okay. I reduced the volume.
Okay. Yeah. We can hear it now, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, so I have some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 participants for now. Maybe we can wait for another 20 seconds, probably. I think the
While
other
wait,
participants also.
yes.
Yes, Ma'am Ren?
So while waiting po, we would like to inform everyone right now that if if you log into this Kahoot game, you will have a chance to win 200 pesos if you are the winner
Oh,
of this game.
all right. So, I know I think most of us are familiar with this game, right? It's very um, I think most of the teachers in high school, they used Kahoot, and maybe probably in the elementary, if the device suffice now, and or maybe the internet connection in your schools are very good. So this is a good one, a good game that we can use for interactive learning to the class. Right. So, Ma'am Ren, there are still a lot of participants. That's nice.
So we can have a countdown na lang, sir.
All right.
So
So maybe
around
from
9:50, around 2 minutes, we will start the game.
All right. This will just
9:52.
be a very short one. There are just 5 questions. So when I start the game, I will be flashing the questions, and then there are 4 options. So you can just click on your side the options, or your answer. So then Kahoot will automatically compute for your scores. So I think the key here is the fastest. The correct answer would give you a very large score, right? So, pabilisan lang tayo dito. Okay. And Ma'am Ren, sige, there are 19. I think our participants are very active in our what is and our activities. Sorry, the player limit reached. Sorry, Ma'am Ren. So I think there are just 20 maximum number of players in this. Sorry. So we can start now. All right. The first question is identify the law that states that the force acting on an object is equal its mass times its acceleration. Is it the law of conservation of energy, Newton's second law of motion, law of universal gravitation, and or Hooke's law? Wow, very nice. So most of our participants answered correctly. Let's see. For the scoreboard, we have Ray Bell on the top, 924 points. Let's go for the second question. What is the term for the quantity that measures the amount of matter in an object, typically measured in or expressed in kilograms? I hope I have the. Oh, yeah. I hope I've input the correct. Sorry for those who are joining. I have a limit. Oh, so there's a disparity between the weight and the mass, but the correct answer is mass. I hope I'm right, Ma'am Ren. Right? Let's see the scoreboard. We have bricks on 1832. So let's go for the next question. Name the phenomenon where light changes direction as it passes from one medium to another. Again, the fastest you can answer and the correct answer, choosing the correct answer would give you a good score.
Sir Al,
Very good.
can we remove,
Yes.
Sir Al, just a moment. Can we remove
Yes.
the player limit reached at the topmost corner, at topmost?
Oh, sorry. You cannot
Thank
read the
you.
question. Okay. All right. So we have bricks. Congratulations. We still have two more questions. All right. I will not read the question for you. Wow. Even though the words are the letters in the words are jumbled, they can still answer the question correctly. I think our brain gives us the ability to do that. Okay, breaks still on the top. We have one last question, Ma'am Ren. I will let you read the question. Congratulations. All right. So, who's on the podium? Jack on the third place, Royal Dingo on the second place, and we have, I think, Briggs on the first place. So, Ma'am Ren, I think
Yes.
Briggs has the
Congratulations, Bricks. I would like to get your GCash number, and can you give me a DM or message in the Zoom link, Zoom meeting here. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for your participation to that. Very. Um, I hope there's a few introduction for everyone about my topic for today. So you may also notice that the title that we have that I have given to the organizers, the title of the talk is a little bit hard to read, right? Um, and I think Mom Ren was able to read it fluently this time, but last week I think you were not able to you had a hard time reading the title of the talk, but uh essentially our brain gives us the ability to read the words even though the words are or the letters inside the word are jumbled, right? So but I think I found it I think I came across this type of activity for our brain in Facebook, where you can jumble the letters inside the word, but I think you have to be careful with the first and the last letter. The first and the last letter should be on the correct place so that your brain can fill out or can fill up the remaining spaces in between the two letters so that you can still be able to read the whole word. All right? So I think from our experience you can still read the words, and basically what gives us is the importance of the ability to read, and of course the ability to comprehend what's on the text, right? So that gives me, or that leads me to our topic this morning, where we are going to explore the reading ability and as to the physics achievements of the students. So, just a little background. The our my sharing to all to everyone will be based on some researches in that uh, or studies that were conducted, and um, also by yours truly and some of my colleagues from the LSU. We also have we conducted one study on the reading ability as to the correlation or the relationship of the reading ability to the physics. Sorry, not specifically physics, but for English, science, and math achievement of the students. So the purpose of this seminar is to explore how reading skills impact academic performance in physics, and I hope we can explore that one. And physics as a complex subject, it requires not only mathematical proficiency, but also strong reading comprehension to understand concepts, interpret scientific text, and solve problems effectively. So let's begin by defining some key terms. The first one would be the reading ability. This encompasses various skills, including decoding, which is the ability to read words, fluency, the ability to read smoothly, and comprehension, where it's the ability to understand and interpret texts. We also would like to look at the academic achievement. So this is typically measured through grades, standardized test scores, or assessments in specific subjects. Where, of course, our purpose, of course, in the physics education, we know that physics is the branch of science that deals with the properties interactions of matter and energy, and it often requiring the application of mathematical concepts. We know that one. So, to start with, there are components in the reading ability of the child or the students. There are, I think, I've just included here 8 uh, components. So we know that um, one of the component is, sorry, phonemic awareness. So this is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds in spoken words. It is crucial for learning to read because it helps students understand the connection between sounds and letters. So, activities such as rhyming games or breaking words into their individual sounds enhances this skill, the phonemic awareness of the student. For phonics, this is the relationship between letters and sounds. So it involves understanding how letters represent sound and using that knowledge to decode written words. Phonics instruction helps students learn to read by sounding out words, which is essential for developing reading fluency. An example of this, when you teach students to recognize that the letter B makes the sound B, helps them decode like bat or ball, right? So, um, moving forward, fluency, of course, this is the ability to read text accurately, quickly, and with proper expression. So, the importance of fluency is vital because it allows readers to focus on understanding the meaning of the text rather than getting bogged down by decoding each word. So, reading familiar texts multiple times can help students improve their fluency. It enables them to probably read smoothly and with expression. So, that's how fluency is part of the reading ability of the child. Vocabulary, of course, the set of words that a person knows and understands. It includes both receptive vocabulary. So, those are the words that's recognized when reading, and expressive vocabulary. So those are the words used in speech or writing. So a robust vocabulary is essential for comprehension because it allows readers to understand and engage with the text more deeply. So uh, when we teach students new words in context, such as through reading stories or discussing topics, it enhances their vocabulary. So we know that even as teachers, we also enhance our vocabulary. Let me skip with uh, let me skip the comprehension part. Let's just do it. Let's talk about that in a while. Let's go to writing. So the ability to express thoughts and ideas through written language. So we know that one. So it includes spelling, grammar, structure, and coherence. So writing reinforces reading skills by requiring students to think critically about the language and structure. So, when you engage students in writing activities related to their reading materials, can deepen their understanding of both texts. So, when we talk about language knowledge, so this is understanding how language works, including grammar, syntax, and semantics. So this encompasses knowledge of how sentences and constructed and how meaning is conveyed to the receiver. So strong language knowledge supports comprehension by helping students understand complex sentence structures and word meanings. So when you teach students now about different sentence types, we can enhance their understanding on how language functions. And lastly, we go to background knowledge. The information and experiences that the reader brings to a text. This is the background knowledge. So prior knowledge can influence how new information is understood. So having background knowledge, it helps the readers to make connections between what they already know and what they are reading. And this facilitates deeper comprehension. So before reading a story about space exploration, probably we discussing related topics such as planets or astronauts can activate relevant background knowledge, right? So their observations maybe at night, the stars, so and so on. So we can use that one to improve the reading ability of the student, or that's the part of the reading ability of the student. Now, moving back to the comprehension. So this is where we're gonna focus. Um, the comprehension or the reading comprehension is the ability of to understand and interpret what is being read. It involves making connections, inferring meanings, and summarizing information. So that's very we know that one. And comprehension is the ultimate goal of reading. Now, without it, reading becomes mechanical process rather than a meaningful one. So we have to encourage our students to ask questions about the texts or summarize what they have read and improve comprehension skills. So um in a sense, no, reading ability of the students is the capacity to understand, interpret, and derive meaning from uh, written texts. So, in theory, uh, let's look at the information processing theory. So, this is a theory that views humans as information processing systems in which instead of responding to stimuli, they process the information they receive, right? So the principle of information processing theory is that building a long-term memory occurs in stages. We have from sensory, from to short-term memory, and when you practice and so on, there will be a long-term memory. So the brain filters information, process it in a short-term or working memory, and then store it in a long-term memory. So according to Miller, one study, information processing theory is a cognitive method learners apply to information and how they convert, employ, and use it. So, this relates to understanding text that students read and develop reading comprehension. So, we can see that now that reading comprehension is improved through reading strategies teachers and parents may provide at school and at home. So, by providing students with books, maybe other materials, and supplementary activities, they acquire knowledge stored in their memory that helps them develop other skills and eventually aids them in performing successfully in class, right? So, that's our theory now. So let's look at some literature. Some studies show that there is a correlation between reading comprehension and performance in STEM subjects. So we can generalize now. So we can look into a broader uh, umbrella of science where we have the STEM. So it says that some studies that says that reading ability is a good predictor of science achievement. So there is a high correlation between reading comprehension, sorry, just to clarify, reading comprehension and science proficiency across several countries, including the United States. So this suggests that students who struggle with reading often face difficulties in understanding scientific concepts. In addition, there some quantitative data analysis showed moderate positive relationship between reading level and all subdomains of standards-based mathematics achievement. While the qualitative data identified reading ability as a contributing factor to standards-based mathematics achievement. So reading comprehension contributes to math achievement. Lastly, in some studies, it impacts the student's motivation. So, in a sample reading intervention program, on the other hand, did not find significant difference in academic gains in English, math, or science or social studies. However, they found out that students perceive that the reading program impacted them academically and motivationally. So when they see that they have improved or they have a good reading comprehension skills, um, there is a good effect to their motivation in studying. Okay, so when we talk about uh, studies indicates correlation between reading skills and physics performance. Some few studies show that students with higher reading comprehension tend to excel in physics. So in another study, it was found that students with higher reading skills not only perform better in mathematics, but also showed improved problem solving abilities in physics related tasks. And also, the in another one, the students with better reading skills perform significantly better on math word problems, which are often integral to solving physics problems, right? So when you do better on math problems, and which we have those math problems integrated into our physics lessons, we can see that there is a students with better reading skills, they perform better on solving math problems, and eventually that's part of the solving physics problems. Well, you can. We have different views on that one. Well, some math problems may not be as much. I mean, you may not need more reading comprehension skills as compared to physics, but of course, but some physics problems would require lesser reading comprehension skills. Well, we can look into that. Okay, so how does reading ability influence physics achievement now? So, here are some key mechanisms that we can consider. First is to understand complex text. Now, I mean, students need to understand complex text, right? In physics textbooks, often contain advanced vocabulary and complex sentence structures. So you know that. Now, even you as teachers, when you encounter, for example, some physics textbooks, would require you a very good vocabulary of some terms that are used in those physics books. So, for example, understanding terms of maybe we can talk about now in the perspective of the students. For example, understanding terms like kinetic energy, Newton's laws, or it requires not only familiarity but also context comprehension, right? So when we talk, for example, when a student first time encounters first time the word Newton, what is Newton, right? Uh, what is kinetic energy? So you would encounter that one in some of our students, right? In my experience before, when I was a physics teacher in high school, some students would also, I mean, when I give exams, uh, you would encounter questions on not how on not on not on a specific idea of of the topic, but specifically the meaning of the word. Let's say, for example, I countered when I give exams during my time in the LSU. Uh, Students would ask me, "Sir, what is the meaning of this?" When I look at the word, it's a word magnitude. Magnitude. So they don't know the term magnitude. Maybe it's on my part also as a teacher that I wasn't able to explain it very well to them. But that gives me an idea. Um, I wasn't able to give it. I mean, I wasn't able to explain or probably give the meaning first to the students before I worked on or before I gave them the lesson. So, or I just don't know. Maybe the student is just absent during my my lecture or during my discussion, right? So, when we look at this, there are of course a lot of terms in physics that we need to we need to define first, right? We need to define first at the very beginning, very at the very least, at the start of our topic, or maybe in during the discussion, you have to define it to them that they have to understand, right? When then and then when the assessment comes, they'll be able to answer or to at least comprehend the text, right? Also, um, how do what's the influence of the reading ability into the physics achievement? Another one is the following multi-step problem solving. So many physics problems require interpreting multiple steps of concepts from a text. So for instance, a student may need to read a problem about projectile motion, right? That involves both horizontal and vertical components. Some students doesn't know that. Uh, and effective reading skills are essential for deciphering such problems. Like some students, they don't know the. I mean, they are um they tend to for example um interchange what is horizontal from vertical, right? So we have to teach them or we have to guide them in in solving problems in a multi-step. Okay, so if of course there are um challenges in there, of course the time constraint and so on, but at least at the very start, for example, the first problem that you will introduce to the students, teach them how to solve the problems or how to understand the texts um, on a certain multi-level uh, way, okay, so that they will not barge into the problem and then later on answer it incorrectly. Okay. Another one is encouraging engaging critically with the material. So critical thinking is essential in physics. We know that. That's very essential. Students who read actively, questioning the materials and summarizing key points are better equipped to grasp difficult concepts. So we have to encourage them to, for example, when studying energy conservation, students should be able to connect theoretical principles with practical examples. So, okay, so dito na naman tayo. So, I mean, here's the challenge now. No? The how do we practice? How do we create laboratory experiments so that the students can experience and compare their data with the theoretical values that we have and so on. So that's another challenge for us. So that's part of their reading ability and later on, hopefully, would affect their physics achievement. Okay, so let's have some examples. So in our experiences. I invite everyone. So I hope we have a lot of physics teachers here and maybe science teachers also. You can also include. You can also participate. You can also type in the chat box your experiences so of some problems or probably words or terms that you encountered in your teaching experiences that you found it hard for students to comprehend at the very least when they first read the word. So you can share to everyone, no? Pwede tayong maglagay sa chat box ng mga examples na yun. So I'll just give you some, no? Maybe I have two examples in here. Oh, in our experiences, I just got some example problem here with some solutions. Well, the solution is not very more that not important, but if we look at the into the problem, the problem is about an object is dropped from a 15-meter ledge. How fast is it moving just before it hits the ground? some students would encounter, or some students would find it hard to know what is a ledge, right? I, would you agree with me? Do I have some agreements in? I mean, do we have some agreements in? So some students would find it hard to visualize what is a ledge, sir. Okay, so we know that this is a free fall problem, but what is a ledge? So maybe a good practice for us is to check check on our students if they can be able to understand a specific term or a specific meaning. Also, I think there is the red one for the red box for the how fast is it moving just before it hits the ground. So it's part of the multi-step problem solving, where, for example, you look at the question, specifically the question. The question is asked. I mean, the question is about how fast. So your students would think, how fast? So what do I'm looking for? Is it the mass? Is it the acceleration? I might be I might be confused with acceleration and velocity, right? Or is it the time? I'm talking about how fast, right? So that's one way. I mean, another that's another important thing that we have to uh, practice with our students is that how are they going to interpret the question? And by looking at key terms into the questions, uh, they will be able to what's this answer the questions correct. Okay. Another example. I'm not sure if you're giving some examples. So ayan, wala pa. I'm waiting for some examples from the audience. Of course, we are all teachers or educators here. Maybe some of you are students, but you can also share with us. No? Some students you can also share with us those specific terms that you find it hard in I mean in answering problems or maybe reading text in physics. Also, another one in my experience. So another this is another problem. A driver slams on his brakes to try to avoid hitting a cow on the road. So the car skids 30 meters before stopping. If the coefficient of kinetic friction between the tires and the road is zero point 0.8, how fast was the car moving before the brakes were applied? So, well, I'm not asking you on how to answer this one, but uh, let's see what are the specific terms or specific words that your students may find it hard to comprehend. Am I still audible to everyone? I hope everyone is there. I have some reactions from the group. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Sir Raymond. So skids, right? Skids is not a very familiar term to all of us. Well, I'm not sure with the other other students, but most of our students wouldn't know what skids is, right? So we should be careful we also should be careful um in choosing the words that we are putting into the problems. Okay. So this one we have control of, right? So when we write problems or when we write modules to our students, or if we whenever we put text into our presentations, or give or we whenever we create assessments, we have control of that, right? We have control of those things as teachers. But there is also a part of our of our world in physics education where we don't have control of. How about the texts? How about the textbooks? Right? We don't know the level of the words or the terms in the textbooks. Of course, some of you maybe are writers in some textbooks in the Philippines. You can also control that one. You have control. So there are ways that we can look into in how do we, for example, how do we help our students in this activity, in this comprehensions and so on with the physics problems or physics text that we have. Okay, well, I have to add also another one here is the uh we also we all know these terms. We all know this kind of um I mean, sorry, we as teachers we have to also create problems or maybe challenge our students, or when we create problems we have to put this in context, right? We have to put this in context. Like for example, no, meron kasing mga some problems. So for example, meron mga problems na a car is moving 500 kilometers per hour, and then the students would ask you, sir, posible po ba yung 500 kilometers per hour? Okay, so we have to put in context. We have to be realistic. Yan yung term na iniisip ko. Be realistic in our problems as well. So that's one good idea in here and in this specific problem. Okay, we have one sharing in the chat box. There's a problem in physics textbook that mentions a toboggan. Oh, this is oh, this is also the first time that I heard this one, and we didn't know what that is. Oh my God, we don't know that one. I mean, is it Ma'am Donna? Is it a Philippine textbook? Don't mention the name, please. Ah, no, it's not. Okay, so yeah, well, that's also another challenge for us, right? Because in the Philippines, in our Philippine education, we know that we are using uh, English textbooks for science. So, medyo mahirap siya. So, ayan. Sabi ni Ma'am Donna, toboggan is apparently it's a sled, all right? So, we have to make it more simple for our students as well. So, it's a challenge for us teachers. Okay? And maybe if there are students in here, if you don't know the term, you can also write it down and then search for it. Ang problema, very easy naman sa atin. Maybe it depends in the author, sabi ni Sir Raymond Villaforte. Yes, it also depends in the authors. So books like University Physics by Friedman use some terms that are common in their community. Yes, that's true. Opo, sabi ni Sir Raymond. Well, we don't have control of it. So the very best way that we can help our student is to help them look for, I mean, if they find it hard for a certain word to comprehend, take note of that word and then talk about it, research on it. Maybe you can help them on that part. Thank you, Sir Raymond. Thank you, Ma'am Donna. There also terms that you find it hard? Baka mayroon kayo sa experiences niyo as teachers, no? As physics teachers or maybe science teachers in general. Maghihintay ba ako? Mamaya hintayin na natin yung mga naisip niya diyan. So, those are few examples that we encounter, no, in our everyday life as physics teachers or maybe science teachers. So, the key term here, the idea is let's help our students comprehend. So, there are techniques maybe, or maybe it you can have it as a hobby. You can practice the students. For example, If they are reading a text, take note of the terms that they find it hard to comprehend, and then help them understand what those terms are. So make it a hobby for the students to do that. Yan. So I will also do that. Pwede yun, no? Naisip ko lang din. Pwede natin gawin yan as teachers. Now, um, the Philippine informal reading inventory. I hope you are all yeah, I think you are all familiar with it. Yeah. Balikan ko lang po yung sabi ni Ma'am. There's also a comment for the previous question. Sabi ni Ma'am, can we add additional question for that? Like, will the car collide with the cow? So, collide another term, right? So, very good. Another term that is very, that we can consider, collide. Yeah, I think that's the message of Ayan, sabi ni Sir Raymond, yes, sir, that is why we will contextualize the scenario in the given problem. Contextualization will help the students understand the problem and sketch it before solving. Very good. Opo, tama po yan, no? Let's contextualize our problems. Sabi ni Sir Ricardo, maybe putting illustrations or pictures in the problem will help. Yes, opo. Kasi kasama po yan sa kanilang reading comprehension. But I think some teachers would challenge the students, right? Na in some problems, they will just give the word problems, and then the students will they will let the students visualize the problem. So maybe you can do that, no? At the first problem, there are visualizations or illustrations, but then the second problem, or maybe in the second test or second exam that you will have, try to challenge them. How will they visualize the problem? Okay, that's good also, Sir Ricardo. Um, Sir Ruel, sabi ni Sir Ruel, instead of using slams, use steps. Yeah, it's good. Okay, very good experiences that you have. Free body diagrams, yan, yung ginagamit natin ang free body diagram, sabi ni Ma'am Joy, that to illustrate the forces acting on the body. Okay. And also, some of our students, they need to know how to do free body diagrams. So, well, that's part of our lesson, right? In 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 guiding the students on how to create free body diagrams. And more to come, no? Madami pang mga suggestions from our audience or maybe experiences that they had from their classes. And thank you po. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Okay. Sige. Ma'am Ren, how many minutes do I have? Kaya pa naman na.
You still have 6 minutes, sir.
Oh my gosh. Sige. Please give me probably 10 minutes. So, tapusin ko
So
lang.
we can be a bit flexible po with the Q&A naman. So, yeah.
Oh, sige po. Thank you, Sir Jeff, Ma'am Ren. All right, so let's. I think some of our, I mean, most of us here are familiar with the PhilErie, right? Or the Philippine Informal Reading Inventory. In the Philippine setting, so this is. Let's look at that later. So let's focus or let's look at the Philippine high school education system. Or maybe not in the high school, pwede sabihin naman natin extend sa elementary or sa undergrad. Well, recent reports indicate that while literacy rates have improved over the years, many high school students still struggle with reading comprehension. According to the DepEd or Department of Education, many students have difficulty understanding both academic texts and non-academic materials. So I think there's a study also from Yate and Moderno, Iligan State University, I think. Reading skills and reading comprehension are necessary in understanding physics concepts. So in their study, I think they have the Filipino physics teachers teaching challenges and perception of essential skills for supportive learning environment. So the authors are Kim Diate and Ivy Claire Modern. I just got an excerpt from the reports that they had that we have to highlight here that though the Philippine Informal Reading Inventory is an assessment tool employed by the Department of Education to measure and evaluate students' reading performance, recognizing literacy improvement as a pressing concern for nation's education system. So that's why DepEd launched this flagship initiative, the Every Child a Reader program. So that's in 2017, I think. So despite the implementation of these programs, evidence gathered from interviews in this study that as teachers will suggest that unmastered reading skills persists even among high school students. This indicates a fundamental issue. So many students struggle with basic reading readiness, so which hampers the development of comprehension skills of the students. So without a solid foundation in reading, it becomes increasingly challenging for students to engage with more complex texts and concepts as they advance in their education. So you will notice here in the text. So research shows that reading difficulties in high school can manifest as subject-specific challenges. However, these issues often stem from underlying reading skill deficits, right? So baka hindi rin kayang magbasa ng bata. So for instance, students who lack fluency or vocabulary knowledge may find it difficult to understand academic texts, leading to poor performance across various subjects. Therefore, addressing these foundational reading skills is crucial for fostering overall academic success. You will notice here, for example, sabi ng isang participant, this is a teacher. Yes, it is very basic that they should know how to read, but there are others also who knows how to read but they cannot comprehend what they are reading. So we are required to teach science in English, but not all can easily comprehend English, right? We really need to translate it into the vernacular in the way we discuss. So then our exams, it is on English. Thus, we really need to still use English. Overall, it is still language barrier for this instance. So, well, this is a challenge for us, educators in the Philippines. Also, yeah, this is very we are all familiar with this. So the DepEd in the Philippines focuses on addressing the gaps in the reading literacy of students. Following the report of the 2018, this is a 2022 nga, but not 2022 results. But in the previous 2018 PISA, the Philippines scored the lowest in reading comprehension among 79 participating countries and economies. Of course, there are a lot of debates about this PISA, how they gather the scores, how they gather the participants. Well, we have this. Wala na tayong magagawa. I mean, we can work on this one. So, reading comprehension plays an important role in education. So, students need to understand that the text they read to grasp the meaning of what they read. So with excellent reading comprehension, students can perform successfully in class. Not specifically hindi lang sa English, but of course in all the subjects that we have. Hindi lang naman English language for the instance yung reading comprehension. For example, in Filipino, no, reading comprehension is also part of the skills that they are molding from our students. Okay? But of course, in the context of physics or in science, nasa English tayo kasi English yung ginagamit nating mga texts, di ba? So, there. There are some educational interventions that we can do. Your schools may also do it. And of course, some of you probably know. most of you or some of you, probably your schools would are all implementing some of these educational interventions. So to address these challenges, we can implement effective strategies like number one, your school can introduce targeted reading programs to our students. So your school can introduce these programs to focus on improving reading comprehension through diverse texts related to physics. Pwede naman yun, no? For example, using articles from popular science magazines or maybe yung mga texts that can make learning more engaging to the students. Mamaya may papakita din ako sa inyong way of doing that. Uh, Integrating reading strategies into physics teaching, right? Educators can incorporate explicit instructions on scientific vocabulary and comprehension strategies during physics lessons. Ayun po yung mga binigay niyong examples kanina, no? We help the students by one is for contextualizing the problems that we have, no? Or the examples that we have so that the students can understand well our lesson. So one way in the targeted reading program is the Lexile score. Are you familiar with the Lexile score? Sino po ang familiar with the Lexile scores? Meron namang, pwede naman pong mag-reacts, no? Yan. Ang Lexile scores po natin is a standard measure used to evaluate an individual's reading ability. Hindi lang po ito sa students, pwede po sa inyo, pwede po sa ating lahat. Reading ability or the difficulty level of a written text. So it is expressed as number followed by an L. So in this example, for example, if you have a student, ang score po niya, ang Lexile score niya is 8. Example lang po ito ha, 880L. So yan po ang kanyang Lexile score. Alright? Well, so if we have this Lexile reader score, well, this score represents an individual's reading ability. So it is obtained through reading assessments that gauge comprehension skills. So meron po tayong mga reading materials that we can use or mga reading comprehension tests that we can check the Lexile score of our students. So for instance, if a student scores 880L on a reading tests, they are classified as 880 Lexile reader. Okay? So in this range, the Lexile scale range from ang Lexile level po natin, ang range ay 0 L to over 2000 L. No? With higher numbers indicating more advanced reading abilities. Now, yung Lexile text measure naman for the books tayo or for the texts. Okay? This score indicates the difficulty level of a specific text. For example, meron kang libro, meron kasing mga books na meron ng Lexile level, no? Identified na yung Lexile level nila. Books or articles. So, it means that, for example, may book tayong Harry Potter book, ang Lexile measure niya ay 880L. So, it suggests that si student natin, our student now here, can comprehend kapag binasa niya yung book na Harry Potter na mayroong Lexile measure 880L. Okay? So text measures are determined based on factors like word frequency and sentence length and so on. So kahit hindi na kayo work on. Basta meron namang mga books, no? Meron tayong mga websites also to determine the Lexile level of some books. Meron kasing mga websites din na you can search for a certain book, no? And then check on the Lexile. Or pwedeng mag-range lang ng Lexile level. Tapos magbibigay siya ng suggested books. Problem ko lang, hindi ko, I mean, sa exploration ko, no, meron lang mga few, no? Pero at least meron naman mga physics books na mare-recommend na merong Lexile level. Well, importante kasi kung alam na ng bata yung kanyang Lexile level. No? So this uh matching readers with text, no, is to the goal is for the readers to encounter material that challenges them without causing frustration. No, kapag match yung level, Lexile level ng bata to the books or to the texts, okay yun sa kanya. So, when a reader's Lexile measure aligns with the text Lexile measure, it is expected that the reader will comprehend about 75% of the material. So the level of understanding indicates that the text is neither too easy nor too difficult, so promoting growth in reading skills. So the Lexile course is a good educational tool, right? So it serves as a valuable tool for educators and parents as well to monitor students' progress and growth in reading ability over time. So they help identify appropriate reading materials that can enhance comprehension skills. And also, we can also have an individualized learning. So the students can have their own, probably you can assign them to certain books or certain levels, no? Kapag depende po sa kanilang Lexile score. Okay. So, this one, ito yung recommended, no? Ito yung tinitingnan natin sana that from grades 1 to 12, ito yung reader measures na expected natin from our from our students. And of course, for example, is if your student, ang student natin kanina, 880. Si 880 nandito sa grade 8. So, expected natin dapat si grade 8 nandun yun, no? Nasa level ng 805 to 1,100 L. So, ang mga text na dapat sa kanila ay nandito. 900 to 10,010 L. Okay? Tama ko. Yun. So, but I think, no, the inclusion of Lexile measure for reading comprehension did not diminish the strong positive relationship between reading fluency and reading comprehension. So through these Lexile measures, teachers can identify their students' reading levels, so which can be a tool to predict students' academic achievement. But in PISA results, Filipino participants got low reading, science, and math ranking. So this entails the question of the effect of students' reading levels on the performance in English, math, and science. Okay? So that leads me to share with you our study. Uh, with my colleagues from the LSU before, we presented it in a conference in Tokyo last March, the Asian Conference on Education and International Development in last March. Well, the study found out no, this is about the reading ability and academic achievement of the students. We work on a specific grade level, grade 10 on that specific in this study. So we look at or we were able to get a significant relationship between the reading ability and the academic success in English, of math and science. And also, the tool that we used here is the Lexile level scores of the students measured by readtheory.org. See, readtheory.org po is a free tool. No? It's a free, um, this is a website. You can use this one. It's a free online website that students can take quizzes and then they will know their Lexile score. No, puwede po nating gamitin 'yun. Meron kasing mga, companies 'no, na nag-o-offer sa mga schools. I know, some of you may familiar with it na, halimbawa yung Scholastica, 'di ba? Sa Scholastica nagbibigay sila meron silang mga reading programs that you can apply to your school para yung mga bata makikita nila yung Lexile scores nila. Tapos you can recommend books to the students, so that, 'yun, ma-improve yung reading comprehension nila. So in this study, gumamit kami ng 149 grade 10 participants. So we look into their Lexile reading scores through readtheory.com. Then the academic achievement of these students is measured by the participants' first trimester final grades in English, Science, and Math. So we look at the using some Pearson R correlation and so on, some statistical analysis. The results show that reading ability has a significant relationship with academic achievements. So when students receive a low Lexile reading score, they seem to get lower grades. Yun lang naman na-observe namin. So when students receive but when they have received or when they have a high Lexile reading score, they seem to get higher grades in their academics, like English, math, and science. So although of course there may be other factors that can contribute to obtaining higher grades. So this study shows that reading ability may be a contributing element. So pwede kasi types ng assessment naman, di ba? And so on. So but at least we found some correlation to the reading ability or the Lexile reading scores of the students. So just to and last few slides na to, last two slides na lang po, sorry. Recommendations for educators, and I want everyone, I'm open to some collaborations tayo, no? Let's work on it. No? Let's encourage a diverse reading material, or let's encourage diverse reading materials to our students. So introduce students to various types of texts and use appropriate reading materials as well. So like scientific articles, textbooks, and even popular science books. So that they can be familiar with all those different writing styles. So kayo nga, 'di ba? So as teachers, pag nagko-cross reference tayo, 'di ba? Pag nandun sa kabila, for example na lang, very very classic example. Merong mga textbooks na gumagamit, 'di ba? Speed for S. May mga na-encounter akong books na ganun. Tapos pagdating sa kabila, yung V na walang um arrow head sa taas, no? Yun yung speed na ginamit nila. So, pag nagko-cross-reference tayo, so kapag na-expose yung students into a very diverse reading materials, mas maging familiar sila dun sa writing styles. Then, use collaborative learning strategies. Well, you can do group discussions, so where students analyze readings together. In this one, it fosters deeper understanding through peer interaction. So we know that, no? Ito yung mga strategies na ginagawa natin sa school. And of course, comprehension techniques. So when we provide explicit instructions on how to comprehend texts, we teach them strategies. So such as skimming for main ideas, annotating key points, and summarizing paragraphs after reading them. So when we do that, we help the students in comprehend. No? Those are comprehension techniques that we can. So training may be provided for teachers as well. So to promote reading culture in their institution, so which will eventually lead to their students' reading comprehension development. So one that educational institutions can use in classrooms is a free, yung nabanggit ko kanina, free online application, which is the readtheory.org. This may be included in their English class to improve their students' reading ability. Administrators also should strengthen their school's reading programs by exploring innovations that technology can offer. So there are a lot of available technology right now, and by encouraging research in this field. So you as educators, hopefully, let's work on this one. So for future studies, interested researchers may include other grade levels also, and they may increase the population and correlate to other academic subjects. So pwede yan. Then also researchers can also consider focusing on the achievement in the students' written assessment. So tingnan natin yan, no? I'm open to some collaborations. Tingnan natin kung kaya natin magawa yan. But hopefully, for now, there's a lot or there's more to explore in this field. Hopefully, by sharing with you the things that so far our group, no, our some of my colleagues have been working on, there's a spark now. Let's maybe you've started it already, and I hope we can work on it. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, uh, for the patience. Sorry po sa overtime.
Thank you very much, Sir Al, for that wonderful talk. So I hope everyone is still there. Can you give me a thumbs up if you are still there? So we are ready for our icebreaker challenge.
Yeah, nice. Sige, Ma'am Ren.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again for the program deck, and I hope you are ready to start our icebreaker challenge. Now, for everyone, again, the house rules or instructions for this program icebreaker challenge is that you need to answer on the chat box below over here on your lower right hand side after the line. So Ma'am Rhea will give you the line as shown right now. So after that line, you may now answer or populate the chat box. The first two who will get the correct answer will have 100 peso GCash prize. So we will contact you for the winners to give us the GCash numbers so we can wire transfer to you the amount, 100 pesos. Okay, so let me share my screen again. So are you ready, guys? Let me share my screen. Is my screen all clear in your end, at your end, in your end? Okay, thank you. So give me a thumbs up if it's clear for the others. Everyone except for us, the organizers, and the one like Sir Arvin who got in, are welcome to join our challenge today. So for the first question 1, the ability to understand and interpret what is being read. It involves making connections, inferring meanings, and summarizing information. So the question is, what is the ability to understand and interpret what is being read? And it involves making connections, inferring meanings, and summarizing information. So I cannot see the whole answers you have there. So I would ask Miss Maria if there are already.
Yes, we already have 2 winners.
2 winners. Congratulations. Their names, please.
Sir Ariel Rivera. Can you flash the answer, please, Ma'am Ren?
Okay. The answer is reading comprehension.
Okay, and we also have Darren 1. So for those who I placed a thumbs up sign, please reply to me your GCash number.
Okay, so please reply to Ma'am Maria your GCash number for the first question winners. Now there's no more repeat winners, so other people will have equal chances of winning for the next 3 questions. So for the question number 2. Right, so question number 2, ready, go. So this phrase encompasses various skills, including decoding, the ability to read words, fluency, the ability to read smoothly, and comprehension, the ability to understand and interpret text. So this phrase encompasses the various skills, including decoding, fluency, and comprehension. All right. I think there are people filling in the box. Do we have winners right now? So I'm going to show the answer now.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet, okay, not yet. So decoding is the ability to read words, fluency, the ability to read smoothly, and comprehension, the ability to understand and interpret text.
We're looking for the specific word for that encompasses all of these words. So, yun,
Yes.
meron na. We already have a
Meron na.
winner.
Okay.
So, we
Right.
have Sir Roel
Mhm.
Talatad, and then we also have, isa pa lang. Consider ba natin, Sir Al? Consult natin.
Yes, Ma'am Rhea, pwede, I think pwede na yung reading literacy, no?
Okay, pwede daw yung reading
Or,
literacy.
oo.
Proficiency,
Okay.
sir. Ano, sir?
Proficiency pwede rin eh.
Sige, proficiency. Nauna
Baka
si Sir
maubusan na kayo
Tristan
ng
eh.
ano. Ano na si Sir Tristan. Okay, sige po. Okay,
Si Sir
thank you.
Okay.
Tristan Santos and Sir Roel Talatad. Please
Alright.
send your GCash.
Okay, so please send to Miss Maria yung GCash number niyo. And the answer is reading ability. Okay, so next question. So you have 2 more questions to go. For the third question, it is a theory that views humans as information processing systems in which, instead of responding to stimuli, they process the information they receive. So it is a theory that views humans as information processing system in which, instead of responding to stimuli, they process the information they receive. So this is a theory. What is that theory called?
Okay, we already have winners. Bilis nila eh.
Liz, okay. Answer is information processing theory.
Jean Barog and Ricardo Cordova.
Okay, congratulations, guys. And for the fourth question, okay, this is the last question for this question and answer portion, but we have additional questions later. So for if you don't have if you were not able to get the prizes, you will do so later on. So for the last question, question 4. A standardized measure used to evaluate an individual's reading ability or the difficulty level of a written text. It is expressed as a number followed by an L. So it is a standardized measure, okay, used to evaluate an individual's reading ability or the difficulty level of a written text. It is expressed as a number followed by an L. So what is that standard measure?
Okay, we have our winners already.
Okay, very
Raybel
nice.
Argosino and Jonald Ponan. It's Lexile score or Lexile level.
Okay, so the answer is Lexile score or Lexile level. All right, so congratulations, everyone. But wait, there's still more. So if you were not able to get the prizes later on, we will have our Guess the Scientist. Okay, we need the full correct name of the scientist picture, or the name of the scientist as the shown in the picture. Are you ready, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen, because you need to answer the picture with a name of the scientist. Okay, so let me begin. Who is that? He's very popular, who won a Nobel Prize in Physics. Who is that? So I think we have already winners for this, Ma'am Rhea.
Isa lang yung winner, Ma'am Ren, no?
Yeah, isang winner lang po. I'm so
Okay,
sorry,
si
guys.
Marjorie Osan.
Okay, congratulations, Miss Marjorie. All right, so question number 2. Ready? Go.
Ay, wrong spelling daw siya. Wait lang.
Okay.
Oo nga, mali yung spelling. Sorry po, na-influensyahan po ng reading ability. Napagbaliktad. Nababasa na po. So, we have Mark
Okay.
Lester. So, sorry, Miss Marjorie. Kailangan
Okay.
Ma'am, mag-test ka din ng ating ano,
Oo.
ating participant.
Naka-jumble na fill in na po. Okay, so we have Mark Lester for the winner. And then the second one, we have Sir Raymond. So So, first time ba ni Sir manalo sa ating quiz? Very active po si Sir. So, we have Sir Raymond.
Raymond. So the answer for this is Marie Curie for the
Yes.
scientist. Okay, congratulations. We have 3 more questions to go. Ready? Question number 3. Who is the scientist who discovered that nuclear fission can produce enormous amounts of energy? Okay. Mukhang may mga winners na ba?
Ayun. We already
She's
have
got one, yes.
Miss Marjorie. Siya yung kanina na so, yun.
Congratulations, Marjorie. So the answer to this is she is Lise Meitner. Lise Meitner. Okay. Next.
Last one na ba to?
Last 2.
Last
2. Okay, ready, set, and go. Who is this
Wait lang. May line.
scientist who formulated the law fundamental to fluid mechanics?
Ayun, we have Lizelle.
Okay, congratulations, Ms. Linda. All right, so the scientist is Archimedes principle. Last question, guys. Finally, for the last 100 Gcash, question number 4. This scientist completely transformed our view of the atom and of the world. So he's part of the modern physicists.
Ayun, si Joanna Marie.
Okay, congratulations, Miss Joanna Marie. The answer is Niels Bohr. Okay, so that ends our icebreaker challenge and question and answer Gcash challenge. Okay, let's have our final part of the program, the forum discussion with Sir Al. So let me call on Sir Al again to join me in the room. Let me stop sharing the screen.
Hey, Ma'am Ren.
Hello. I hope everyone enjoyed our challenge. We are now ready to entertain some questions. Okay.
Mga napagod na sila, Ma'am Ren.
Napagod na sila.
Oo, pero in any case, Ma'am Ren, you can give, I will also give my email address dun sa ating lahat, just in case would like to connect, no? up.edu.ph. So that's my email address if you want to connect to me, and then let's talk about your ideas. Yan natin. Maybe, Ma'am Ren, some of them are willing to share their experiences or probably tips also based on their experiences. Kung hindi man question, okay lang.
I'm searching here sa previous.
Ayan, Ma'am Ren, may
Yan,
nag-raise na hand po.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yes po, good morning po sa lahat. Good morning. Am I audible, sir and ma'am?
Yes po, yes po.
Okay, I am from Quezon Bukidnon po, from Quezon Bukidnon Comprehensive National High School. And then I just want to share something that really captured my interest with the discussion a while ago of Sir Al about the key mechanism and how the reading will influence our students in understanding physics concept, no? Po, yung sinabi niyang understanding complex text po, yung associating with the physics concepts or terms to our students in their reading skills. Kasi what I experienced po in my class po is that I'm actually teaching senior high school po. What I did is I just want to share na nakig-collaborate po ako sa sa physics meetup, yung virtual platform po na nagkakaroon ng fostering encounters and then building connections. So I was active po with that platform po, and then I also engaged my students with the discussion po with the physicists all around the world. So in line to that po, binigyan po kami ng mga free journal po. That was actually coming from the American Institute of Physics. So in my class po, Sir Al, naalala ko lang po talaga na I make use of the given journals to us, and then allow my students to read some of the articles written in that journal. And then I ask my students that um, they have to follow the specific format. They need to write down the reflection. They need to write down the reflection, the summary, and also the application of this particular article in the society or in the field of physics. Kasi my goal is actually to engage my students to the recent discoveries and researches po in the physics discipline. So while I am also helping the students to develop and enhance their reading skills, I am also engaging them to the recent developments of physics. And that's one thing that I can associate with the discussion with you a while ago, Sir Al, about the key mechanism and understanding the complex text of our topic to our students po. So yun po yung naging practice ko na gusto ko pong i-share sa inyo kasi talagang naalala ko yung practice ko sa sinabi ko ni Sir Al.
Yun, salamat po Sir Raymond. Sir Raymond, maybe you can also share with us sa chat box ano yung specific na group na inyo pong nasalihan in
Sa ano po, Sir?
collaboration with?
Yes, sir. Sa ano po, sir? Sa physics meetup po. Physics meetup. This is
Physics
actually
meetup.
Yes po. This is actually an online platform po wherein it is actually led by Ma'am Christine Adel Rico Yuson, physics teacher po from Central Mindanao University. So yung mga nagiging speakers po ng physics meetup ay scientists from all around the world. There was even an instance po, sir, na naging speaker namin si Dr. Roger Friedman, yung author po ng University Physics, at saka
Yes.
si Lawrence Simons po, yung youngest physics graduate that at the age of 12 at the age of 12 parang pinagsabay niya yung master's at saka doctorate degree ng physics. So with this particular activity po kasi na-engage natin yung mga bata natin to go beyond what they really understood about physics concept from the textbook. And then maybe we can also help the community to produce some citizens that will be pursuing physics degree in the coming years po. So yun po.
Ayan, thank you Sir Raymond. No? Maybe you can also do sa sa further studies natin on that, no? That you work on the reflection of the students. Ano makikita nating common themes on that one? No? Ano yung magiging effect? Ano yung nakikita nilang effect on their study programs? Baka napag-aaralan nyo na din, Sir Raymond. Baka na-preempt ko lang inyong data.
Ano sir, in my part pa kasi po, when they're going to submit po, I also share that one to the program lead of Physics Meetup. Tapos yung ginagawa ko po kasi, I have to make sure po na yung output nila, they will be submitting a soft copy po because I need to check na hindi siya generated from AI. And then yung nagiging good impact na so far na narinig ko sa ilan ng mga narinig ko when my student get a chance to told me na, sir, in our college, sir, we discuss about the Mars exploration po, about the certain topic, ganito, ganyan. Tapos, one of my student pursue secondary education major in sciences. And then he made mention that they discuss about the Mars exploration, space exploration. Tapos, when they were asked by their professor, siya lang po yung sumagot na about certain details about this particular activity. Tapos, those things that he shared to the class, it was actually coming from these virtual platforms of which I engage the class. So nagiging nagkakaroon ng long-term effect, long-term memory po sa mga students when we are going to not just allow the students to engage in the platform but also ask them to go deeper by submitting a portfolio wherein the reflection, summary, and so with the significance of that particular discussion of the resource person will be indicated.
Alright. Opo. Tama po yan. Salamat Sir Raymond. No? I hope we can do more, no? Something like that. Do more researches on that one. Thank you po, Sir Raymond.
Sir, if I may add, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Sure, sure.
I just want to kiningkuan po sana na nagiging importante po talaga itong mga virtual platforms na tulad nito po. Katulad sa amin na sa Quezon Bukidnon, sa Mindanao po kami. So, yung ginagawa ko kasi dati, before ako na-notice ng physics meetup, I am really active po sa mga virtual platforms nila. And then, I always put in my mind that I need to learn new things po kasi science will never be a finished book. Any developments will lead to a more complex and more unfinished things, a particular phenomena po. So yun yung naging motivation ko. I need to learn more because what if my students will engage some of the platforms at mas marami silang mas marami silang magiging kaalaman. So as teachers, as science teachers po or as physics teachers, kailangan nakikipagsabayan ka rin when it comes to engagement with the platform, especially if they will be discussing about the recent developments and researches. So, yung mga platforms po na tulad nito, sir, talaga nakakatulong siya kasi nagkakaroon ng linkages po sa mga teachers, especially sa mga rural areas tulad namin sa Quezon Bukidnon Comprehensive National High School. And then, I believe that we share the same interest po na i-uplift yung science education po na matulungan po. Siyempre, you're helping us science educators at the same time we are giving this the learnings that we will get from this will be applied to our students. So there will be a domino effect and we are grateful for that. So sana po marami pa mga webinars na maibibigay ninyo sa amin sa mga science teachers because it will really be a great help and you are a blessing to us as STEM educators po.
All right, thank you very much. And I would like to give the spotlight to the Filipino Science Hub. No? So maraming salamat po si Sir Jeff tsaka si Ma'am Connie nandito sa atin ngayon. So they are actually the sponsors of our webinar. No? And together in partnership with the Institute of Physics ng UPLB. And I'm blessed also to share with everyone for the opportunity that they gave me for this webinar. And
I
po,
want
thank
to
you, Sir
say
Ray.
something to Sir Raymond. It's very impressive. I hope, I mean, I wish a lot of our teachers are like you.
Thank
Yeah,
you po. Thank you po.
very, very impressive.
Ma'am, maybe I can add. Could you mute para we don't have... Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, Sir Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Sir Raymond, thank you so much for sharing that. So, but then, like Dr. Hibas mentioned, so we also need teachers like you who have the initiative to go the extra mile, even further your development para mas ma-elevate pa yung quality ng pagkatuto ng mga estudyante. Ano po? So a favor that we would also ask teachers like you is that so there are platforms like this that intends to bring subject matter experts closer to your community, but then hopefully po mabigay nyo rin po yung mga estudyante. Pero siguro isisingit ko lang to, Sir Al and Ma'am Brenebeth, kasi I've been intending to share this with everyone as well. I would just like to highlight that Al's talk today is the 108th webinar or training session that we have conducted since we started webinars in May of 2020. So we've been doing this for about 4.5 years now. So those webinars had already featured more than 100 Filipino and international experts from different parts of the world and specializing in different areas of STEM. In total, those speakers have rendered about 280 hours of expertise to a total of about 44,000 participants already. So ito pong ginagawa natin na tuloy-tuloy na over the past almost 5 years has already rendered more than 350,000 training hours since we started. And so we're very appreciative of the UP Institute of Physics because this is the third time that we were having this partnership. So since 2022, we had our first webinar series for featuring our physics experts. And nagbabalik po sila. And then meron pa po kami mga planong pagsasamahan in the upcoming years. So, yun po. So, we really are not just happy bring UP Institute of Physics and other institutions closer to the STEM education community. But then, yung kayo po, makapunta din kayo dito at nakikilala namin yung mga guro. And then, so at some point, we also hope to be able to feature teachers like you. Kung ano po yung mga nagagawa nyo. And at some point, it would be great to see kung magko-collaborate kayo with Sir Al and yung mga STEM pedagogical experts natin sa higher institution. Kasi kailangan po kasing connected yung effort between basic education sector and higher ed. Doon po talaga natin ma-fill yung mga gaps. And siguro ididiretso ko na lang dito sa pagpa-plug ng upcoming events because yes, Mama. Sige, go.
I want to say something to Sir Al. You have brought up a very, very important topic on reading comprehension, and it's not only in physics, also in biology. Like in our field, there's a lot of jargon that people have to really look up and they get the meaning of whatever terminologies we have, so they understand what we're talking about. So, and that's what we do. So here, when we were at the University of Alberta, we have courses like advances, for example, in mycology. Just that's where I am, and we discuss publications, articles. So each one of us are given an article, and then we present it as our own, as if it's our own. So the teacher would know, do you understand what you're talking about? So this is what you're talking about, really, really very important. So I wish a lot of teachers are here today to listen to your talk. Thank you, Sir Al.
Thank you po. Thank you, Ma'am Con.
I think Sir Raymond would like to speak again.
Yes, yes po sir. I just want to emphasize po sir na with this platform po, hindi lang po ako yung sumasali dito. Sinisend ko po to sa GC namin, sa group chat namin ng mga science teachers. Maging sa mga kakilala kong teachers po from other school. Now, what's the importance for this? Ginagawa po kasi is sinasabihan ko sa kanila that of course the platform will further this or discuss about new advancements or things that will really help us science teachers. Pero yung isa rin po talaga na hidden po talaga na significant niya ng platforms ito is that sa amin kasi sa DepEd po sir, yung may mga schools kasi na nag-o-offer ng special science class, yung bang science, technology, and engineering education. So parang anong tawag ito? Parang mas advanced siya sa regular class kasi mas advanced or enhanced yung science at math ng mga bata, no? So, sa mga schools po na nag-o-offer ng STE or Science, Technology, and Engineering education mula grade 7 hanggang grade 10, nagkakaroon po ng validation yan mula sa aming head po sa yung e-division office po next to the regional office. So, yung ginagawa nila, they are also checking if there are some trainings na inattend ng mga science teachers or yung mga STEM teachers. So, yung mga ganito, syempre, you will be providing certificates po. Nagagamit din po namin yun para ma-validate ng aming offering ng science, technology, at saka engineering. Kasi hindi po lahat ng schools pwede mag-offer ng science, technology, and engineering curriculum po. Yun po yung curriculum ng mga bata namin from grade 7 to grade 10 na mas advanced sila sa regular class. Yung pong parang cream of the crop po. So, parang ano ba tawag dito? I just don't want to use na parang katulad ng Pisay pero it's not. Hindi siya katulad ng Pisay pero parang katulad ng Science High School po. Yun po. So yung certificate na binibigay po ninyo ma'am and sir na nagagamit po namin as science teachers na uma-attend dito para sa validation po ng STA curriculum namin. So yun po, kaya sinasabihan ko or sinesend ko po yung link niyo sa aming group chat saka sa ibang mga science teachers po dito sa Bukidnon. And tinitingnan ko nga po parang ilan yung nakasali. So maybe I still have to encourage more kasi yun yung ginagawa ko kapag may mga platforms sa tulad nito.
Okay, we appreciate you spreading the word po. Ma'am Rendibeth, there's a question po, an additional question po sa group sa chat. Would you like to read it for us?
Sure, sir. So the question from Mr. Ricardo Cardova, is that the problem of reading comprehension in students is such a big problem. It affects all subject areas. It starts early in early and primary education. We don't know how to remedy when it reaches or when it reached the high school level. Maybe you can give us some more strategies on how to at least address this and help students. So I think it's a system level problem po.
Yeah. I understand though that as mentioned by Ma'am Connie gave us that uh this topic is a sorry ma'am. This topic is a very important one at the moment. Sorry natawa ako dun sa sinabi ko.
Artistahin si
And
mama, so it's okay.
sorry. And of course, yeah, we recognize that the reading comprehension problem. It's a very big problem in our country. And at the very least, no, ang kaya kong maibigay siguro na tip sa inyo, just like what I have mentioned before. And yung ginagawa ni Sir from the Bukid na I forgot. Si Sir Reynaldo nga ba? Um that they give diverse reading materials to the students. No? By giving diverse reading materials, the students can be familiar or will be familiar with the different writing styles. But please be careful na lang. So kung kaya naman po, kung kaya na lang din ng students, o kung kaya naman po ng school, you can have them check their Lexile scores. Meron naman tayong kagaya po ng inintroduce ko sa inyo, the readtheory.org. It's a free online platform. Although ang setting kasi ng readtheory.org is in the US, so wala pa tayong available in the Philippines. I'm not sure. I just forgot the term. No? Meron naman nagde-develop pa na ngayon. Nabalitaan ko lang last March during our conference. But I will check on that one na baka meron yung nagde-develop na in the Philippine setting for checking the Lexile scores of the students. I will check that one as well. But yun, give diverse reading materials to the students and kung kakayanin, check their Lexile scores and check the materials that are available on their Lexile level.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Sir Al. I think we have 2 more minutes left before we close this session. May we have our own Philsci Hub CEO, Sir Jeff, to have the closing remarks?
Okay. So maraming salamat po uli sa pagsama ninyo sa amin ngayong araw ng Sabado ninyo. This is the second installment of our Real versus Real webinar series featuring our experts from the UP Institute of Physics. But before I formally close this session, so a couple of things. So again, thank you so much for your active participation. So next week we have 2 sessions to offer. So one on Saturday featuring Dr. Connie Hibas herself in our session today. So she's going to be talking about mycology. So Dr. Hibas is actually one of the leading international expert in mycology. So she's a Filipina, but she has actually discovered a number of new fungal species as well as families and orders. So meron po tayong Pinay na nakikipagsabayan dyan sa field na yan. And this time, she's going to be talking about fungi as growing threats to human health. So do we continue to ignore them? So I don't know if you're familiar with the HBO series The Last of Us. So yung mga zombies ay nakokontrol ng fungi. Hindi naman ganon. But she's actually gonna talk about real emerging diseases, fungal diseases. So this is going to be very interesting, and hopefully, in doing so, she can also encourage people to explore and venture into the world of mycology. And then I would like to give credit to Ma'am Rhea here, like from Institute of Physics, because when we were planning this webinar series, I was able to ask her, Ma'am, saan po hirap na hirap yung mga estudyante sa physics? And sabi ni Ma'am Rhea, Sir, vectors. So doon na po pumasok yung idea na, oh, okay, so starting this month, we're gonna have monthly math tutorial sessions po. So kung ano man yung mga math topics na hirap yung mga estudyante na nagkukos rin ng challenges when it comes to other subjects, for example, math for physics, math for chemistry, yun po yung mga topics na ating ita-target, and our online tutor is gonna be Professor JC Mer Chongson from the UP Institute of Mathematical Sciences. So that's at least one Saturday per month. And depende po sa demand for topics, we might do it like twice a month. So make sure to tune in po. That's gonna be Sunday, December 8th. So it's gonna be your hopefully your weekly habit. And for 2025, we're planning to actually conduct a webinar every Saturday of the entire year. So expect at least 52 topics for next year po. So we're gonna be very busy. We're gonna be covering physics and math tutorials. Yun po ang target natin. We're also gonna be featuring experts from Philippine Normal University. So we're gonna feature pedagogical experts po. So meron tayong 3 months sa biology, 3 months sa chemistry, 3 months sa physics teaching, and 3 months of math teaching. And then the rest, we're gonna balance them with engineering topics as well as research as practical research training topics kasi medyo kulang din po yan sa atin sa Pilipinas. And so, yan. So again, we're very thankful po for you spending your time with us today. So actually, we're actually about like a minute beyond our time commitment. But then before I forget, we're also gonna be sharing yun pong link sa attendance form. So we just request for you to be a bit patient po no sa paghihintay ng ating ng inyong certificates because those are being generated po by our friends at the Institute of Physics. So give it a week or two po for us to be able to produce and send those via email kasi ano po siya medyo mano-mano po siya, hindi po siya auto email generated. But then rest assured po you're gonna be receiving those certificates of attendance and participation. So nilalagay ko po siya sa group chat so you can actually access the attendance form through the link that we sent you. And yes po, every session po dito ay meron pong certificate.
May
Alright.
link na po ba, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Nasa group
For
chat na
today?
po. Yes, for today. Nasa chat box na po siya. Are you able to access it po? Ay, wait.
Wala pa po.
Wait, sorry po, nasend siya. Meron po pala akong message na individual sa kanya lang na-send.
Okay.
Ayan, can you see the ano na po? The link?
Yes, sir.
Ayan, and then also we thank Sir Al Balitaon. So, ano po, fun fact, kami ni Sir Al ay dorm mates dati sa UP back in the days. Ayan. So baka po pwede tayo mag-group picture for those na game po. So mag-start muna po tayo dito sa mga naka-spotlight and then we're gonna take a picture of everyone. So, alright, 1, 2, 3. Ayan. And then invite po namin lahat po ng ating participants if you're up for a photo opportunity para meron po tayong remembrance for this session. So feel free po to turn your cameras on para
Right.
meron
So
po
please
tayong
turn
group
on.
photo.
Please turn on your camera so we can have a group photo. Let me just remove the spotlight para makita tayo lahat. Thank you. Okay, so hold on a moment. Ayan. So let me have the first slide. Also, Ma'am Maria, if you can also get a full screenshot in case na black off yung screen na iba. Okay. Okay, 1, 2 for the first screen. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, for the next screen. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, so I think that's everyone na. Thank you so much for attending this event. And we hope you have a good lunch and happy holidays.
Okay, happy holidays po. Ingat po kayo
holidays.
palagi. And we hope to see you again next week for Vectors. Yes.
Yung form daw po pala ay nasa need permission. Attendance link. Ay nag-comment po. The form can only be viewed by users in the owner's organization.
Okay. I think nasa check ko po yung setting yung sa attendance form. Wait, I think I know what's happening.
Na-check ko na po.
Okay,
Na-off ko na po. Please try the tool po again.
Refresh nyo na lang po. All right. Oh, I remember kasi there was like a specification po last time na per UP email addresses lang, pero na-check na ni Ma'am Rhea. Okay. Thank you po.
Okay.
And then you can
Thank
go
you.
to the PhilSci Hub website po, philscihub.com. You'll find the attendance form there. All right. Maraming salamat po. Ingat po kayo. And thank you so much to our friends from the Institute of Physics. Ayan, meron pa po kaming niluluto. May mga pag-uusapan pa po kami para sa inyong lahat. All right. Thank you so
po.
much
Maraming
po.
salamat. Thank you po.
All right. Have a good one po. Ingat kayo.